really good to be back. Sorry, I know I tell you that I will probably post this week, and I know I'm a little bit late according to my schedule, but it's because this week was my last week of exams, which I'm really proud. Basically, I'm really, really proud. At least now I have time to invest myself in writing and in research for my novel, but also in reading things I really want to read. So you will be asking, how was the UK? And it was amazing. It was cold, but it was amazing. And as you can probably tell, every time I travel, I like to buy new books from the different bookshops that I can find. But, of course, I have to do this as well in the UK. However, this is a separate book haul from the Christmas book haul that I uploaded before. So I decided to call it the January book haul because I also introduced books that I bought during the month of January while I was here in Spain. Although they are also in English and now you will see them. So the first book I want to show here is Sherlock Holmes, by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. And in this edition, you can find, as you can probably see, let's see if I can move this, in the spine, all the stories available of this very important figure of the literature. And although it's published by Penguin and is in English, I bought this in Casa del Libro, which is an important bookstore in here in Spain. But I bought this because I always like Sherlock Holmes stories, and I used to read them when I was a child. I have 3 stories, I believe. I have a short collection of short stories. I have the Baskerville Hound, and I think I have another one, but I don't remember the title at the moment. So I always wanted to have a huge collection of it. So I have in all the stories, in one book, I could have all the stories. So here it is. The tricky bit of this is that is, as you can probably see here, very big. So I will probably spend a summer reading it, and I'm thinking of doing like summer with Holmes and Watson or something like that. But I will let you know if I finally do it. But this is the beauty of January. Now, going back to the actual books that I bought in the UK. Sorry for all the camera movements. It's just it's really hard to film only with one camera on the computer. So going to the books that I actually bought in the UK, the first book I want to show here is the book that I'm currently reading, or one of the books I'm currently reading, The Invisible Library by Genevieve Cogman, which is an English author, and this story intrigues me because it deals with time travel and librarians and books. So in this book we have Irene or Irene, I'm not sure how to pronounce it in English, who works for a very special library, a library that collects books from not only present time or antiques, but also from different alternative worlds. So they have to travel back in time or to the future or to an alternative universe and collect certain books. And apparently there's a mystery revolving one book that they have to find, but there are other people interested in having them and having it. And let's be real, I love time traveling themes. You already know that I love Doctor Who, and when I was doing research about which books to buy next, I don't remember which. When I was doing research about which book to buy next, I found out about a webpage that said, depending on which TV show do you follow or you were a fan of, you should read this book or that book. And I click on the Doctor Who, and this is what appeared. So I said, let's give it a go. It's a trilogy. I know that the second book is out. I'm really happy to be able to read this. It's been in my wish list for almost a year now, and I am in the first chapter, but I really like how the author describes everything and how describes the society the main protagonist starts. I mean, it's part of at the start of the novel. So I will tell you more when I actually finish it. I hope. And the last book I bought during my short time period abroad, it was actually not a proper book, but a lithography, literary lithography. This notebook that I will start up tonight is a book in where you tell your life in books. So, for example, let's say, hmm uh, for example, books I read in high school, and you have a space to write it, like, oops, you can see it, a drawing regarding the topic, and then a blank space to write them down. Or, I don't know where else we have. Authors I've seen speak, for example. I've seen speak. And you have a portrait of Stephen King, and then to write down, I don't know, for example, I went to see Laura Gallego Garcia, which is a Spanish author, and I went to see her in a conference, so I will write her down in here. I really like this idea because you have everything. You have books that I want to read, books that I don't like, audiobooks I read, books that I actually put in a box and give to the library. Or there are very different sections, and each section has like a drawing with it that goes with the topic, and I love it. And also has a part that I really want to start writing there, which is ideas that I want to turn into a book. So you have some place to collect it all, making like lists. I'm not really good doing lists, but I saw this and it's like my reading life in list. It's just, I thought, why not? And now that I am in booktube and I want to read so many books more than the ones I have. It's a good, I don't know, a good method to have a place where you can write everything about the books you read or the books that you want to read. So this is all I have to show you today. I'm really sorry for the short video, but I promise that next week you will have a wrap up of all the books I read, and the next week, so in 2 weeks time, you will be enjoying one of my most recent reviews, which is The Winner's Curse, which I really love, by, I think it's Marie Rukowski. So yeah, we already have a plan. See you next week. Bye.